We all want to be happy, don't we? I mean, everybody wants to be happy, they want to enjoy life, they want to have laughter in their lives, they want to feel good about themselves. But sometimes we aren't happy. Sometimes we feel really crappy about life. And that's normal to have those days when you just don't feel great. But here are some ways that we can help to cultivate more happiness in our lives. Because sometimes we just need to try to take small steps to increase that joy in our lives. Because it's easy to fall into a space where we don't feel good about life and we don't feel good about ourselves. But sometimes small steps really do make the difference to how we feel about life and how we feel about ourselves. So, one of the steps is to actually go outside. Like, really, sometimes we can be so stuck in our minds and our thoughts, and we can spiral into thinking negatively. But just going outside and seeing other people and seeing nature can make us feel better about our day, better about our lives, better about whatever challenges we are facing. And a second thing that helps us to feel happier is by having a gratitude journal. Writing down 3 things that you feel grateful for every day really shifts your mindset from feeling down to then feeling grateful. And when you are sad and when you are down, you may think, but I don't even have anything to be grateful for. What should I be grateful for? I'm feeling horrible right now. But even in those moments, you can feel grateful for things like the ability to actually be able to speak, or the ability to be able to hear birds chirp, or even the ability to be able to see a loved one. Being grateful helps you focus on what you have rather than what you don't have. And it really makes you understand that there is so much going on for you. Because sometimes when we feel sad, we tend to focus on all the things that aren't going right. We tend to just focus on everything, and it can feel really overwhelming when we just think that everything is not going right. But feeling grateful and being grateful gives us perspective. It gives us perspective that there are many things that are going right in our lives. And yes, there may be things that we need to work on at the moment, but we can get there. And it makes you feel hopeful. When you feel grateful, it also makes you feel hopeful. I think that when we are sad, we can often neglect positive relationships in our lives. We can often just not want to see anybody, and we just want to be on our own. But sometimes we need to actively meet up with a friend, meet up with a family member who is encouraging and loving, so that we can have that emotional connection, so that we can have that person to chat to, laugh with, have a lovely conversation with. And you will feel that your mood is lifted once you're in the presence of somebody who is really encouraging and really supportive. And everybody deserves to have encouraging and supportive people around them. So don't isolate yourself. If you're feeling really down, don't isolate yourself. Make sure that you reach out to somebody who is caring and kind, somebody who will take the time to meet you and just to chat with you. Sometimes all we need is somebody to actually just chat to, so that we can tell somebody what we're going through, what we are feeling. And often we tend to just keep things to ourselves. Another thing that makes you feel happier is by setting goals. But you may think, I feel so sad and miserable. Why would I want to set goals? But when you set goals for yourself, it actually makes you have a purpose, and it gives you a sense of direction, because often we can feel lost. But when we have goals and we understand what we actually want, then we find ways to work towards it. And having goals can also give us structure, and structure helps us in terms of feeling that we have a plan in place for ourselves. So set goals, figure out what you actually want, and make them achievable by having a step-by-step system in place for yourself so that you don't feel overwhelmed. Another way that can make you feel happier is by living in the present moment. Too much of our life, we just use too much of our life to focus on the past, focus on all the things that we could have done differently, and we also focus a lot on the future. And planning is wonderful, but sometimes we don't actually immerse ourselves in the here and now. When you actually are present, then you are more connected with the here and now, and you start to feel less stressed because you enjoy the moment and enjoy the time that you're experiencing right here and right now. And you understand that the past is gone. There's nothing that you can do differently right now about what happened in the past. All you can do is make changes in your present time to create a different future for yourself. And when you understand that whatever happened in the past, you no longer have any control over that. So enjoy being in the present moment, whether that means going for a lovely swim, or it means meeting up with your friend, or it means simply reading a book and enjoying that. And another way to create more happiness is by giving to others. And it doesn't have to mean giving financially to others or giving financially to charities. No, it can be simple acts of kindness. You may see somebody who is behind you at the grocery store and they have two crying kids with them, and you can see that they are in a rush and they just want to get out of the store. You could ask them to go before you in the queue so that they can be attended to, because you can see that it's so stressful for them in that particular situation. So sometimes just by doing good in the world and just by lending a helping hand, we start to feel better about ourselves as well. Because at the end of the day, as human beings, we all want to feel connected to people, to other people as well. Back in the day, we used to have more connections to other people, but through time, our lives have become very individualistic. But that desire to connect with others is still there, and it does give a great deal of joy when we do connect with others. And it doesn't have to even be family or friends. Sometimes it can be strangers that we pass by. But if we offer some form of kindness to them, then it does make us feel better. It does make us feel happier. So let us know what actually makes you happy. And when you're feeling down, what actually cheers you up? What works for you? Because for every person, they may feel differently. Some people may feel like if they go to the cinema, that makes them happy and makes them feel in a much better mood. For others, it may be if they go for a lovely swim, that makes them happier. What actually makes you feel better on a day that when you aren't feeling that great? Comment below and let us know. And if you'd like, you can watch this video about positive self-talk. And I hope that you are feeling good today, and do like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.